Good morning, everyone. Today we are still working with compare and contrast, and remember, that is just when we think about how things are similar and different. And just like we learned yesterday, we do this all the time, and we can do it in stories. So, again, you should have watched that vocabulary video and just read back through those vocab cards to begin memorizing and learning those definitions. But quickly, I would like to review some vocabulary that we should know, but I just kind of want to refresh our memories because it's been a while, and I think we might need a refresher. So, a setting of a story when we're thinking about stories is where the story is taking place. Okay? And a setting could be like the pond or the park or a house. All right? It kind of creates the backdrop to where we're going to be, where the characters are going to be. So where the story is taking place, right? And then we have plot. So the plot, remember, is just the sequence of events in a story, play, movie, and so on, right? So, another thing that can, jumping back up to setting real quick, it not only is where the story is taking place, but it's also like the time. So, the time that the story is taking place. So, where and what time. All right. And then, again, we have the theme, which we've done theme, but again, just a reminder, it's the subject or the underlining meaning that a story will directly or even indirectly explain, develop, or explores. So, the subject or underlying meaning that a text directly or indirectly explains, develops, and or explores. Sometimes we will call this the central message. Central message. Of a story. All right. And then the moral of a story is, again, just the lesson that can be learned from a story or an event. The lesson that can be learned from a story or event. So I just kind of wanted to refresh your memory on these terms because it's been a while since we've directly talked about them, and they are going to come up in today's assignment. So what today's assignment is I'm going to kind of explain it, and it's similar to yesterday's assignment. So this assignment we want you to practice on your own, but I am going to explain it a little bit. So it is called The Ant and the Grasshopper is one passage. And then we also have Cardinal and Robin. So just like yesterday, I want you to go through, again, this can be found in your Google Classroom. I want you to go through and read both of these passages, The Ant and the Grasshopper and Cardinal and Robin. And then you're going to have some questions. And so, number 1, compare and contrast the settings in the stories. So how are they similar? How are they different? Compare and contrast the plots in the stories. So again, how are they similar? How are they different? Compare and contrast the theme. How are they similar? How are they different? And what is the moral of both stories? Do they have a similar moral? What do you think after you read them? And then number 5, to ask you to relate the story to your life. Which character can you relate most to, and explain your answer. So just whichever character, the ant, the grasshopper, cardinal, or robin, which one of those do you relate to the most, and tell us why. We want to know what you think. Remember, as you're doing these, to write your answers in complete sentences and to reference the passages. So as you're answering them, go back to your story and reference your passages. Give us examples from the story. Give us evidence, right? That's part of RACE. Remember, restating part of the question, answering all parts of the questions, citing evidence from the story, and explaining your evidence. So again, we want you to be practicing that. So take your time, do your best work, and after you finish up this, make sure you do the rest of your assignments, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.